should come.
Said this about Jay. Said this about Jay. Jay said back like,
should
what?
be doing it this
Niggas think
coming up
something.
again.
He blew.
And niggas been taking shots at Jay for the last couple years, but now he's like, oh nah, fuck all
I think it got to him because he blew like how many? You would say what? 3 shots?
It was about
the jig is up. Look, the jig is up.
He take the money instead of the dinner.
The money to the dinner, and what was the third shot? There's another third
his
shot.
Niggas run to prison. Y'all niggas want to call Hole for a second opinion, all type of shit.
That was the third shot.
Yeah, all type of shit.
I think Hole was like, man, this nigga got the whole album about me.
He talking like that.
What you think happens? They had a verse together.
For her time off.
Oh damn.
But Drake had him on what album? Which album?
I feel like when the whole industry, he was on Certified Lover. The Love record.
I'm not making no money now.
I think Drake felt like when everybody really gets him, I guess he felt like it was a bigger plot. He probably felt like Jay was a part of that as well.
So do you think people like 50, Nicki, NBA Youngboy are smarter for not fucking with people or fucking with artists? Because when you really think about it,
She's on
50 didn't fuck with nobody, but he's still successful. Nicki didn't fuck with all the rappers, but she's still successful. NBA Youngboy didn't fuck with all the rappers, and he's still successful. Drake fucked with all the rappers, he's still successful. They all flipped him.
That's a good point.
And he's still successful.
No, Drake is he's the biggest artist in the world, hands down. He sells the best records. He's sold out everything. He broke every record there is to break. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if I'm Jay, I'm not happy about that either.
But I feel and you know what I
Jay
mean?
even broke down how it was different a little bit. Jay tried to break down.
I mean, listen, what I like about Drake, man, is he's the #1 artist he's showing. Like, and what I mean is he's showing you is he's dissing LeBron James. He's dissing Jay-Z.
Drake, I ain't like the LeBron James thing, man. He's my guy.
LeBron, I fuck with you, but I love that. So look.
LeBron actually he posted up, I think he put the Jay-Z freestyle in his story from
I'm gonna keep it real. It's hard for me to get past Iceman because I like competition. You know what I'm saying? We're part of G. This record's coming out every other day. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I like competition. I like this records. And it's not like the violence got to come with it. Nah, Jay is gonna be on the island somewhere. Drake is gonna be on the island somewhere. If they meet, it might be a Royal Rumble. I don't know. Kendrick, I don't know. Everybody got real niggas and they can't. As music wise, what are we talking about right now? The whole world is stopping and they talking about the New York Knicks. Of course, shout out to the Knicks. We love you guys. Y'all gonna win this chip. You know, San Antonio, we ain't messing with y'all. We ain't fucking with y'all right now. So New York, shout out to the New York Knicks. And they talking about this record from Jay. That's it. That's what's going on. And we want to hear what Drake got. And I would love for the summer. Drake could drop again. I know because listen, I can't get past Iceman because I like the diss records and I like them records. I feel like it's a dope project. But numbers don't lie. Like Jay said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Numbers ain't lying with Drake. He the #1 nigga. He got fucking cars and all that shit. He got everything that every other rapper had. He's catching up to Jay, money-wise.
All right, Murder, so you had the prediction last time, right? You tap into your second ability. What do you think happens after this?
That's crazy, bro. How old are you? Okay. It ain't that bad. I had my son when I was.
It's your perfect day on the green. And sometimes it's not. Glitter is here for all of it. The slicers, the questionable gimmies, the perfect shanks. Our no slip, no bounce, all polarized frames got you covered. Whether you're the natural, try hard, or just here for the fitness. Gooder.
I just always want
Shades for every
I think
round.
our big family's cool, man. Yeah. Everybody always see I got big family. It's always a good thing.
Hey, it's always some bullshit too.
The Alamo, this is the NBA Finals. We are in San Antonio for Game 1 of the Finals of the battle between the Knicks and Spurs. We've only waited 3 days between Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals.
It's our big family, like you said. Still warm with each other. Great, bro. Still hate each other.
If you pay attention to what he's saying, it's like you
That's how it's
know,
right. Be my doctor.
Every time we see him, he's dead fly. Waves is spinning. He's pushing something crazy.
You know, I just felt like he created a lane for himself. He didn't want to go where anybody else, where I went, where this guy went.
And to still be standing now and to have not compromised his artistry, I think says it all.
Times I went to watch out the Marriott's. On and on and go out, on drop top, 20 20 years ago, AZ made hip-hop history with his revolutionary debut album, Do Or Die. The album was an instant classic and quickly soared to #1. Each track showcased his signature tone, and verses so potent they blaze new trails into the new millennium. Turn your speakers up as we go on a nostalgic journey back to where it all began. Bro, I'm Rock Kim, and this is 20 years later, Do Or Die.
Shit, you made me. Let me tell you something. I hate to promote that, but I need that shit at the end of every day. I gotta smoke something at the end of every day, man.
I'm bad that you talking about somebody drinking liquor. Man, I can't be sober, man.
How many months did you say? How many months?
Baby, man, 30 days.
Oh, the baby's here already.
No.
Doing 30 days. Oh, okay.
We moved there after he was 9. He had a few challenges because the kids out there was a little rougher than the kids in Crown Heights.
Aunt lived out here, and I guess that what made my mom's want to come out here, you know, because my mom's from single mother. You know, she wanted to come somewhere in Florida.
Growing up without a father was tough. It wasn't given. You're the boy in the house, you're the man of the house, so you have to take charge.
Making sure my mom's was alright. Like I'm the only male in the house. It was my mom's, my sister. Just making sure they was good was like the biggest thing in my life.
When he turned 9, he had to learn how to ride the train to school because I left him in school in Crown Heights. And it was a better school, so he had to ride the train by himself at 9.
Ooh, I play late night. Get up early.
You know, I had to still travel to the schools. My mom switched me out to school. I was fairly new over here, you know what I mean? It was different energy. It was like the survival of the fittest. You know, and I'm really young, but I'm here with the noise, I'm seeing the action.
Like I rather work on the day.
Because growing up in East New York was no skipping a part.
I've been out this bitch trying to find little
It wasn't
under the
fancy
table
walking
jobs
and
and shit.
What up, dog? Okay, okay.
That flow coming in.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere. Guaranteed. That's my word. Yes, sir. Yeah.
that time when he turned 12, he started writing music. You know, he started writing, he had this book and he's writing all these things.
Always was attracted to poetry from school with length reviews and things like that. And I used to always write. You know, I wrote a little raps.
Me and my brother shared
I worked
for the majority of our
slave
life.
to the
So
banks.
our room was his lab.
You know, she used to hear me spit some of the poetry, and she, I could see she was amazed and just like, okay. He said, I'm pretty fair to compare what's on TV or what's on the radio, you know?
I would see him writing and rhyming, and I didn't really understand at first. I was like,
come back and I earned.
so you're inspired to be a rapper, okay.
I think I had the songs since then. I acquired the interest in wanting to rap then. From there, I just started to write rhymes, say rhymes to myself.
Right there in there when the motherfucker in the head.
Kept to myself.
But before the fame, he was just a regular kid writing verses and spitting rhymes. The neighborhood was a stage and could be a safe haven during the day, but deadly by sundown. This was always the case at Dead Man's Park.
You know, we always have block parties. Everybody had block parties, but the park jam was something different. Usually the block party, people in the block participate. But when you have a park jam, everybody in the community come in. That's when, you know, we had our 40s and private stock and Peter Colada and Mexican, you know, everybody was just in their zone. Real gangsters, fake gangsters, baby gangsters, everybody was just there. The language was out. Just me looking right now, it's like I can see the picture in my brain how it was.
You know, there would be nobody in the park. And like, you know, once you turn the music on, you know, it starts with 100. We might end up with 500 people out there. It's supposed to be
It's called Dead Man Park. You know, everybody here. Which is not a good thing, but that's what it was, you know what I mean? But I remember when Sonic and them was out here, and we had a park jam here, and they tore the shit down. They tore it down.
AZ's interaction with us was always amazing. And just noticing that it was us doing it. And it wasn't somebody from another neighborhood. It wasn't somebody from the Bronx. It was these dudes are actually doing it.
Daddy, yo, you know, is one of my homies, and I saw him
I don't mind. I'll
and I was like,
recognize
wow.
anybody, but I just want to
crowd,
recognize
I was
people
like,
who are
I can do that. You know what I mean? In my mind, I can do that. I like the reaction, I like what they was doing, crowd control. That's when the music hit me.
You say your wife or something?
My wife did a lot. They got shot up on her.
Yeah, I got a spot. I also got a black room. So they want the red, they have their own privacy. I fix it up before they come, so you can't really choose you look at it nice. But yeah, I got 2 spots together.
The ladies, that's
In the 80s, everybody had radios, and they walked the streets with the radios, and you hear it. And that's when they first connected me. I'm like, wow, you know, the beats, the lyrics, and they talking that language that I can relate to.
I can remember when we used to have sessions.
You used to be in a salon somewhere. I don't know why.
People in demo or whatever. And then we
got a spot for the back
the highest verse. The verse was whack. It was a little tightening up. And we were checking again. And this is how we kept our sports sharp.
I remember in Brooklyn, we used to go at the corner. Oh yeah. I was getting ready to use the phone booth to call him, but before I got there, I remember him saying, "Yo, son, there's a phone booth at the corner." So I forgot about my sniper bar. So we got to go around the corner to somewhere. I guess it was a supermarket.
Yeah, but I seen when you posted about the braids and stuff. I meant to ask you was that like cornrows or like
I ever heard him say was,
Get this, no one can get
Nah, those are mostly for the special. You talking about? Yeah, that's mostly for like cornrows.
and he just kept on going on like them numbers are crazy.
Yeah, and that's if you just come in like your hair's already washed. You don't have to get it washed and blow dried. You just come in and just break it up.
Tall jams, boom boxes, ciphers on the street corners to find the error. While developing his craft with my man Pete Rock, yeah, mutual friend.
Well, that's something that great. She wanted to put that special out there. I was like, that's low.
And elevate the music as well. You know what song I'm talking about. Life's a bitch and then you die. Here's what Nas recounts.
Life's a Bitch came about because I had my eyes on up and coming rap dudes, and that's what I wanted on my record. I didn't want anybody famous on it.
You want a car?
Kept coming up in my head.
Yeah,
coming up in my head.
You can call her real quick.
And a friend of mine got locked
Got
up,
her other job.
and he was the one I wanted on my record.
Call her right now for you if you want. You want to see
What do I do?
picks up? Okay, that's the number right there. Just call her.
Hey,
I was trying to
I remember,
change.
hey, so I called A to the studio.
Oh, you had an appointment
I just
with
had
her?
him say
Yeah,
rhymes
for,
for me. They were
Saturday.
crazy.
Oh,
But
okay.
none of them
Also call her.
went
Okay,
just
okay.
that right
You're not here
for
now,
the
but
song.
call.
I
If
was
she don't
trying
pick
to
up,
think.
just
I had
text
to
her.
sing.
All right?
Then he
All
finally
right,
said
brother.
this
Uh-huh.
one rhyme, and it was like the skies just opened up.
As soon as I heard, visualizing the realness of my life in actuality.
Gotta let
It's
people
the
be
best,
who they wanna
first,
be,
best,
man.
salary. Oh,
He said 50 years.
crazy. Crack. Nas had to go back and rewrite his verse. Fact.
You know, when we heard that record, he got that ill voice, and then you paying attention to what he's saying, it's like, you know, he got some kind of knowledge himself. So automatically, for all the, you know, the street cats and, you know, the brothers that have knowledge himself was able to cheer him on and root for him and say, yo, that's, you hear what he's saying?
Oh, yeah. I forgot that.
In regards to forecasting the future of an artist, after just hearing that one record, you already like, he's getting a record.
That's it.
I'm invited to a record release party for a guy named Nas, who I knew very little about. And I'm there, and I hear this song, and I say, wow, that guy's really talented. And the guy next to me says, that's not Nas. I said, well, who did that line? And they said, that was the guy named AZ. So I said to the guy next to me, I want to be AZ. Something about the verse to me, I always wanted to run the best record company with artists that were authentic. He was a real artist. So I got very excited.
For him to get the best shot at having his own identity, he needed to be that rapper like Nas is a Sony. So we decided to go with EMI. They gave us the most promise with the money.
In the spring of 1995, we started recording Do or Die in Electric Lady Studio. They just had a nice energy in there. Once I went in that studio, I was like, this is where I'm doing this album at right here. Electric Lady was my home.
Newly signed and hot off the Illmatic tour, AZ stepped off the stage and into Jimi Hendrix Electric Lady Studio, the birthplace of Do or Die. Icons like Run DMC, Bowie, and Prince left their mark, and permission for genius to thrive. If their permissions was an inch, AZ took a mile.
My whole direction once I got the record deal was I gotta represent now, you know? My calling is here, you know, the time is here, that window of opportunity is open. I have to, you know, represent from Brooklyn.
I was pretty hands-off in the making of the records, and I think what I told the team, I remember this pretty well, is let's stay out of the artist's way. Just be a facilitator. Just get him who he needs and who he wants. And I know he wanted Pete Rock, Premier, and I know the LES name would come out. I said, let's make him happy.
First song that set the album off was rather unique. Pete played a couple of beats, and that particular song was in the mode and the vibration of the way the sound of hip hop was going at the time. And my whole thing is how I got on was unique, you know? With no expectations, just being at the right place, right time.
Well, I have a funny story about Rather Unique. I had just made the beat. It was done, ready to lay it down in the studio with A. And there's an assistant engineer who was, you know, who's pretty busy running around the room doing things. And he was by the patch board where I kept my drum machine, and he made a mistake and was plugging stuff in and plugged my drum machine out with the beat, you know. And I'm like, oh man, so I had to do it all over again.
My caliber got me thinking on a higher algebra. See me, I'm just a scholarship, but you ain't got no nostalgia.
When the album started coming to surfacing, it was time to submit beats. So A came down to the studio. What was crazy was that every joint I was playing, he'll be like, yo, that's too hard. Do something a little softer. And I'm like, oh man, you know, because mind you, I'm banging IMOP all day, so I'm in straight hardcore mode, rugged mode. But as the track started playing, I said, hold on, let me try these joints, because these joints I ain't never really played for no one. And A heard the joints, he just started grabbing them. I was like, oh, this is the sound you want. And then when he got on that More Money, More Murder joint, that's the one where he stopped and said, yeah, I'm gonna take this back and see what my people think. And he said, I'm gonna play this for Nas.
You know, DR, period, he had that street sound. And he played the More Money, More Murder track. And I think it was a sample from the OJs. Man. And you know, Life's a Bitch was from Yearning for My Love. And it was just oldies but goodies that touched the souls, that soul music. Oh man, that just captivated everything. We just got to the zone with that.
I just wanted to make something hard. You know, the chorus gotta be hard, like how some of the verses are.
Mom.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, you can explore the neighborhood or live like a local. Unplug for the day or plunge into a long weekend. With IHG's 21 hotel brands, you can guest how you guest.
Business evolves fast. Our students are ready. Learn more at wgu.edu.
Real California milk has been keeping it real since, well, always. Real makes all the difference. Real California milk. Keep it real. Look for the seal.
Woo!
More money, more murder, more homicide.
Catch that body, you better have an alibi. You know, you better have something like, it was like, you know, if you're gonna be out here and you're living that life, you better know how to live that life.
Sound like me, my daughter 25, my son.
And talk about that life from like a book author. You know, like he was that well written.
Whoever thought of that sweet thing, born model material, that ain't a high symbiote, vote to be a high silly, oh really though.
Been working with him, it's like he's picky as hell. And it's like just looking and sifting through maybe about 8-9 beat tapes. When he found that one, he was like, "Yo, all right, I got one. This is the one right here. This is the craziest song. Like y'all got the craziest story to your record." You know, he penned it. We went into Electric Lady. We did a couple of sessions and we knocked it out.
To make an album, you gotta have cohesiveness, and that was a melodic track within itself too. But it also was giving me a chance to
get my storytelling on from a different perspective instead of just, the streets and just being braggadocious on certain songs.
Time fly.
My interaction.
Actually, this month
perspective or how
makes a year that we've been here.
Good look. What came through with that?
Yeah. You say you go come here longer?
Sugar Hill was one of those songs that smoothed out the gentleman and made the ladies pop their hips.
My DJ at the time was LES, and he told me that he had this new guy coming up, and they had this hot song, and they needed a girl to sing the hook. And they actually had someone singing already, Monifa, and they, I guess, didn't like it. So I came in, and then LES brought me to Nas, and Nas and LES sat me down. I remember it was 3 nights. The record company sent a car for me to go, and I didn't get in the car. And then the last night, I was like, what do I have to lose? And it wound up being the biggest song of my career.
We went through a lot of females came and auditioned and sung on the track. But Miss Jones came to the studio and she did it. It was like, oh, that's it. That's the track. That's the one that set the album off. It was crazy. I remember my dressing room was on the top. Watch your step, watch your step, watch your step. The dressing room right here had about 20 homies up in here, chilling, getting ready for the show. Damn, 20 years ago, that's crazy, man. 20. A lot of legendary things went on, a lot of my idols, a lot of generational music. Historic, man.
Congratulations.
I wasn't the first. I don't remember the lineup totally, but just hearing the screams and all that. And when it was my turn to perform, it was just this ball game. Now, mind you, my album was not out, so when I performed, my first song was rather unique. The reception was good. It was fair. Secondly, I didn't Give Me Yours, and then that's when Nas came out. He did the hook, so I seen the crowd kind of get up, and I seen the love. It was growing. When I got to Sugar Hill, it was like a tsunami, because everybody from the front and the back, they rushed. And it threw me back for a minute. It caught me off guard, but the love was immense. It was crazy. That love right here, this love been touched so many times, so many people. So that's within itself. As an artist, what I took from the experience after the Apollo show was that the bar was raised and I was able to
smell good on you.
Like now it's time for me to go to the next level, do bigger venues, and now I feel like I made it. I got the love from my hometown. It was early. The album wasn't even out yet. So the album was coming. I was like, okay, we're gonna sell some albums, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get on tour, and that's exactly what happened.
Do or Die was released on October 10th, 1995. The album stands alongside of the 2 biggest historical events of the 20th century, the O.J. Simpson acquittal and the Million Man March. Was it a coincidence?
That was a coincidence, man. A week before O.J. was acquitted, the day of the Million Man March, my album was released. It just felt like I made history, regardless of what. You know what I mean? I just felt like I was part of history. That I was here for a reason.
Thank you, man.
Documented in time forever.
So 1995, the album comes out. The reviews are incredible. I remember our press department calling me hour after hour, we got another one, we got another one. We never thought, well, we're gonna sell 10,000, we're gonna sell 500,000, 2 million. We were so proud that he got to make his own record. And the credible people I cared about, the real writers, today we call them bloggers, they all thought it was.
When I premiered AZ's album Do or Die on the radio and stuff, the fans took to it immediately. As much as they did Illmatic. There were lots of good records coming out at that time.